It was a warm Sunday afternoon at the Maple Ridge Diner, one of those old roadside places where the coffee was always hot, the pancakes came in stacks, and the jukebox still played songs from a time when life felt simpler. The kind of place where locals gathered, truckers passed through, and stories unfolded without anyone realizing they were part of something worth remembering. At the corner booth, near the window that overlooked the parking lot, sat James Walker, a disabled war veteran in his early 60s. His left leg ended just below the knee, and the steel prosthetic he wore was a quiet reminder of battles fought long ago. James came to the diner every Sunday, always at the same time, always ordering the same thing, black coffee and a slice of apple pie. He didn't come for conversation. He came for peace. The diner, with its hum of laughter and clatter of dishes, made him feel connected to the world he had once fought for. But that peace would be broken that afternoon, in the cruelest of ways. 3 teenagers entered, loud, laughing, careless in the way youth sometimes is. They took a booth behind James and started making jokes about everything and everyone, until one of them noticed the veteran's limp as he got up to pay his bill. "Hey, look at that guy," one of them snickered. "Guess he forgot how to walk straight." The others laughed. One of them whispered something about fake heroes and pretend patriots. The waitress, a kind woman named Darla, shot them a glare and muttered under her breath, "That man's seen more than you'll ever understand." But the teens didn't stop. James turned slowly, meeting their mocking eyes. His voice was steady but soft. "Boys," he said, "respect costs you nothing, but it'll earn you everything." They laughed again. "Yeah, sure, Grandpa. Maybe if you weren't playing soldier, you'd still have both legs." The diner fell silent. Forks froze midair. Even the cook stopped moving behind the counter. James didn't respond. He just nodded quietly, paid his bill, and limped toward the door. The bell above it jingled softly as he stepped outside, the teens still laughing behind him. But as he reached his old pickup truck, something unexpected happened. The deep rumble of engines echoed from the highway. One by one, a group of bikers pulled into the parking lot, their jackets worn, their vests covered in patches that read things like Veterans Brotherhood and Ride for Honor. They weren't just any bikers. They were veterans too, men and women who had served, fought, and lost just like James. As James opened his truck door, one of them, a tall, broad man with a gray beard and a scar across his cheek, called out, "Hey, Sergeant Walker. Been a while, brother." The teens inside the diner pressed their faces to the window, confused. James turned and smiled faintly. "Didn't expect to see you fellas here." "We were out riding to the memorial wall," the man said. "Stopped for a bite. But looks like we showed up just in time." James tried to wave it off, but one of the younger bikers noticed the smirks through the diner window. "You mean those kids behind the glass?" he asked. The leader's smile faded. He motioned toward the entrance. "Let's go say hello." The sound of boots and leather filled the diner as 12 bikers walked in together, a wall of presence and power. The teens instantly went pale. The leader stopped in front of their booth, his voice calm but thunderous. "You boys got something to say to Sergeant Walker?" No one spoke. One teen mumbled, "We were just joking." The man leaned forward. "That man lost a leg defending your right to sit here and act tough. He's the reason you can wake up free. So next time you want to laugh at a veteran, remember, some of us are still standing right behind him." The silence was heavy. One of the bikers placed his gloved hand on James's shoulder. "You okay, Sarge?" James nodded, though his eyes glistened. "Yeah, I'm more than okay." Darla came over with tears in her eyes and whispered, "Coffee's on the house, all of you." The bikers filled the diner, ordering coffee and pie, laughing and sharing old stories. The tension melted into something powerful: unity, respect, and remembrance. The teens didn't leave right away. They sat in silence, listening. After a while, one of them stood up and walked to James's table. His voice was shaky. "I'm sorry. I didn't know." James looked up, his gaze steady. "Now you do, son. Just remember, kindness is a choice. You can always start making it today." The boy nodded, then extended his hand. James hesitated, then shook it firmly. That small gesture, A handshake between a wounded soldier and a humbled boy said more than words ever could. Before the bikers left, they lined up outside beside James's truck. The sun dipped low, painting the asphalt gold. Engines roared to life as they saluted him, their hands raised high, their eyes filled with respect. James stood tall, his prosthetic gleaming in the sunlight. For the first time in a long time, he didn't feel broken. He felt honored. Word spread fast. Someone had filmed the moment from across the diner, and by nightfall, the video had gone viral. The caption read, "A disabled vet was mocked by teens." Then his brothers showed up. Thousands of comments poured in, veterans thanking him for his service, strangers sharing their own stories of kindness and redemption. The teens who mocked him returned the next day. They brought flowers and a hand-painted sign that said, "Thank you for your service, Mr. Walker." They even started volunteering at the local veteran center, the same one James helped run. Weeks later, when asked why he forgave them, James smiled and said, "Because someone once forgave me when I didn't deserve it." And that's how kindness keeps moving forward. At Maple Ridge Diner, James still sits in his corner booth every Sunday. But now he's never alone. There's always a biker or two stopping by, always a cup of coffee waiting, always a story being told. Because that day proved something simple but powerful, that respect isn't demanded by fear, it's earned through compassion. And when the world forgets what honor looks like, sometimes it rides in on two wheels, with leather vests, roaring engines, and hearts full of loyalty. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner, because the world needs reminders that courage and kindness never go out of style. And tell us in the comments, if you saw someone mocking a veteran, what would you do?